Thank you, Destiny. Tình thương đã có yêu thương chúng tôi cũng xin đạt được nói chuyện bằng tiếng Anh. Dear distinguished guests, it's kind of difficult to follow after such a illustrious speaker as Dr. Nguyễn Thắng, but here it goes. Thank you, the organizing committee, for inviting me. Also, thank you, victims of communism foundation, for this beautiful space. I was asked to speak about the difference between victory and quốc hận. For a lot of us here today, we're here not to celebrate a victory, we're here to commemorate tragedies. April 30th, 1975, the communist regime in Hanoi calls it the Great Spring Victory. Ngày Đại thắng mùa xuân. But as to us, many of us in this room, and to millions who lived through its aftermath, we know. It was not a day of liberation. It was a day of loss, a day of sorrow, a day as we remember as a day of national mourning. Because what happened on that day was not a peaceful reunification of divided country. It is a violent conquest of free South Vietnam by the communist North. And while the guns fell silent, the suffering had only just begun. Let us ask the hard questions, as Ka has already asked. If this was truly a victory for the Vietnamese people, why did millions risk their lives to flee? Why did parents put their children on makeshift rafts and push them out to the ocean with only hope and desperation? And why did so many die in the darkness of labor camps with no trial, no appeal, and no justice? More than 1 million, maybe 2 million Vietnamese fled by boat. I think Dr. Thắng gave a conservative number, but at other places we've seen that more than 500,000, 600,000 may have died and may have and did not reach the other side of the shore of freedom. Just imagine that for a second. 600,000 people or 500,000 people. That's a lot of people. And over 165,000 people believe they have died in communist prisons simply because they wore a different uniform. They believe in a different system that no longer existed. And or refused to be, quote, re-educated, unquote, into silence. So that's not a mark of a liberated people. That's the mark of oppression. And history will remember it as such. Before 1975, South Vietnam got far from perfect. It was a society striving for freedom. We had functioning parliament, we had free press, we had competing political parties, and it had elections, it had public discourse, debate, and it had the seeds of a democracy. Then that fragile democracy was crushed. Its institutions were dismantled. The people were reclassified as enemies. We Queen. So the communists didn't unify. They erased. They didn't reconcile. They oppressed. And today's generation in Vietnam is living under the weight of that silence. The silence where the truth is censored, history is fabricated, and the voices of the dissent are being jailed. They say Vietnam was unified in April 30th, 1975, but unity is not unity. Unity without justice is just subjugation. And to this day, Vietnamese Communist Party refused to acknowledge the suffering of millions. It continues to persecute religious leaders, dissidents, journalists, and everyday citizens who dare to speak out. If the war truly ended, then why does the need to instill fear still exist? Why jail people for their Facebook posts? Or why must human rights lawyers be exiled? So, and what if Vietnam has free and fair elections? So the answer is clear to those questions are clear. The war may be over, but the struggle for freedom and justice continues. So today, as the Vietnamese regimes raise their red flags and stage these military parades with China, we raise a different flag, a yellow flag with 3 red stripes. But this is not just a relic of a former government. It's a living symbol of a dream that's still alive. A free and democratic Vietnam where the people, not the party, hold the power. We remember those who perished in concentration camps. We remember those who never reached the shore. We remember the families torn apart, the lives uprooted, the voices silenced. But more importantly, we remember because we believe that justice is not death. We believe that freedom is never extinguished, and that our memory, our truth, our courage are stronger than any regime. At the request of the organizing committee of mine, White Lin Wing will complete with the invitation.